Pike Circuit Judge Howard Keith Hall is found not guilty in his federal fraud and theft trial, and a Lawrence County woman is charged with child abuse and endangerment. I'm Nick Collum, and this is the Mountaintop Daily. Breaking news this afternoon out of Frankfort, where a jury found Pike Circuit Judge Howard Keith Hall not guilty of all charges in his federal fraud and theft trial. Sheldon spoke with Hall's attorney afterwards and brings us his reaction.
Pike Circuit Judge Howard Keith Hall has been found not guilty of criminal charges by a federal jury in Frankfort. Hall had been facing 2 counts of mail fraud and 1 count of theft of government funds. Hall's defense attorney, J. Guthrie True, spoke with us shortly after the verdict Tuesday.
The jury, after about 3 hours of deliberation this morning, returned a not guilty verdict on all 3 counts against Judge Hall, and obviously we're extremely pleased with that, and Judge Hall's relieved to have this matter behind him.
True said the key points he felt aided his defense team was documentation and evidence to prove there were some politically charged points in the case.
Yeah, I always thought the two key components, I think, of our defense were the same throughout, and that is that Judge Hall and his staff at the county attorney's office had always accurately reported to the prosecutor's advisory council in Frankfort accurate information about Shane Hall's employment. And then secondly, I thought it was important for the jury to have an understanding of the politically charged atmosphere in which the allegations were brought. And I thought we were able to effectively demonstrate really both of those things through the government witnesses on cross-examination.
There was no official word as of Tuesday afternoon on the status of Hall's suspension from the bench, but True said he couldn't imagine it still being in place now that he's been found innocent of all charges.
I would think that yes, that his suspension would be lifted. I mean, he was only under suspension because an indictment was pending, and he's been acquitted. He's been found not guilty. He's been discharged by the court completely. So I wouldn't think there'd be any reason for his suspension to remain in place.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Sheldon Compton.
A Lawrence County woman is facing child abuse charges after police conducted a welfare check at her home. The Louisa Police Department went to the home of 26-year-old Virginia Lynn Furnow to check on her children ages 2 and 4. When they made contact with Furnow, they described smelling a foul odor coming from inside the home, but she spoke with officers on her front porch. She told them that her 2-year-old daughter had burned her back on a heater, but she didn't take the girl to the doctor, instead putting diaper rash cream on the burn. When officers said they needed to see the children to see if they were all right, she agreed to let them inside, but warned there were dog feces in the floor in several places. Inside, officers described finding dog waste in multiple areas, adding that some areas of the home were inaccessible without stepping in dog feces or household garbage. The children were found naked in Furnow's bedroom with flies and other insects visible around them. Furnow reportedly told police she had not attempted to clean the house in 4 to 6 months. Furnow now faces a felony charge of second-degree abuse and a misdemeanor count of endangering the welfare of a minor. She is being held in the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center in Paintsville on a $5,000 cash bond. Coming up after the break, Pikeville will soon have a new, updated police station. We'll give you the details when the Mountaintop Daily continues. But first, sports and weather.
With Mountaintop Sports, I'm Dave Stanford. First up, a big congratulations goes out to Floyd Central's own Laura Beth Hall, who's been selected to perform at the Varsity Spirit Spectacular in Walt Disney World. That's an incredible honor, and we wish her all the best as she represents Floyd County and Eastern Kentucky on a national stage in Orlando. Now to Lexington, where Kentucky quarterback Cutter Boley continues to make headlines. The freshman standout has been named SEC Freshman of the Week for the third straight time, following another dominant performance in Kentucky's win over Tennessee Tech. Boley completed 18 of 21 passes for 236 yards, threw for a touchdown, and added another on the ground. His completion rate of 85.7% was the best by a Kentucky quarterback with 20 or more attempts since 1986. Over his last 3 games, Boley has been electric, efficient, composed, and showing why he's the future of Wildcat football. Kentucky travels to Vanderbilt this Saturday for a 3:30 p.m. kickoff. Back here at Homeview, Pike's Jelaya Warren is turning heads across the Appalachian Athletic Conference. The Belfry native was named AAC Offensive Player of the Week after averaging 24 points per game through the Bears' opening conference matchups. Warren dropped 20 points against Bluefield, then followed that up with a career-high 28 points against Columbia International. She shot nearly 59% from the field and an incredible 58% from 3, knocking down 15 total triples for the week. The Bears are back on the road this week with games at Johnson University on Wednesday and Montreat on Saturday. And onto the pitch, Kentucky men's soccer is headed back to the NCAA tournament. The Wildcats, who finished the season 10-3-5 and captured the Sun Belt regular season title, will face St. Louis this Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. A win would set up a showdown with number 6 Indiana on Sunday. For more information, be sure to follow the Mountaintop Sports Facebook page or visit mountaintop.news and click on the Sports tab at the top of the page. This has been your Mountaintop Sports Update. I'm Dave Stanford.
When the government took Social Security away from honest Eastern Kentuckians, Attorney Ned Pillersdorf got the hearings declared unconstitutional. When the women guards were harassed at Little Sandy Jail, Ned fought back, securing a $1 million verdict at trial. And when the state tried to shut down Cordia School, Ned fought back and kept the school open. Attorney Ned Pillersdorf fights for the underdog, and he's ready to fight for you.
Hey, it's Kristen Mulcahy, and it's time to tech the halls with Appalachian Wireless. Starting today through December 31st. Get amazing holiday deals on the latest smartphones, 5G devices, accessories, and more. And that's not all. Christmas Cash is back. Every purchase or upgrade gets you entered in to win $500 in weekly cash. And one lucky winner, you'll take home the grand prize of $1,500. Celebrate big savings, gifts, and maybe even a big check. Visit us online or in one of our many retail locations, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
The Pikeville Police Department will soon have a new home after Congressman Hal Rogers obtained $4 million in the latest budget to fund a new police station. Robin spoke with city leaders to find out more.
The Pikeville Police Department has just received $4 million for a new building, thanks to Congressman Hal Rogers.
We were very excited yesterday to find out that we were recipient of almost $4 million from Congressman Rogers' office. We're very grateful. We've been talking about this and working towards this. The commission has been working hard to try to get us a new police station. Now, the reason we need a new police station is in mid-90s is when the police station was built that we have currently. It was built for basically 12 officers. Right now, we have staff of 25 officers, and as you can tell, that doesn't work. That math doesn't add very well. So we're very excited. Another part of that equation is that evidence lockers. At that time, we didn't have to keep evidence as long, or we didn't have as much of it. There wasn't as much going on. Now you have to keep it a lot longer, so we need more evidence locker storage space. So that's a big part of this new building as well, and the security of it.
Carter explained the new station will be built in their current parking lot and the old station torn down to create a new parking lot.
We had a conceptual thing drawn a couple of years ago, but we're going to probably start over on that one. It had a lot of glass on it, around it, and I don't know, we just felt like it really wasn't going to fit into what downtown looked like. So we're going to probably try to fit that in a little bit better to what downtown is. So as soon as we get a conceptual on that, we will definitely get it out to everybody.
The project's start date will depend on how fast they can raise the rest of the money they need.
We're a little bit short of what we need. Last estimates we got on the building, so we're going to be working hard to try to find that, locate that money, and so we can get started on this hopefully in the spring.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Robin Tillman.
That will do it for this edition of the Mountaintop Daily. Be sure to check us out at 6 p.m. every weekday on Mountaintop TV, the Mountaintop TV app, and the Mountaintop News Facebook page. With your Mountaintop Daily, I'm Nick Collum for Mountaintop News.